The struggle for civil rights continues. Today we acknowledge the truth that is deeply ingrained in American society. The ongoing fight for racial equality. Our country has seen success and tragedy in its fight for justice and its fight for equality for all. From the civil rights movement to the birth of the Black Lives Matter movement. Even here in Atlanta, Georgia, as we travel through time, revolutionary movements that have influenced our society and helped to define the fight for racial equality in the U.S. The Civil Rights era and Black Lives Matter movement fought for basic human rights that blacks are still struggling to receive completely, including equal voting rights, protection under the law, and fair treatment in our court system. Civil rights issues as follows with segregation. Emmett Till's murder. Yes, the young man whose face was unrecognizable after he was falsely accused by his attackers that he had raped a white woman. We had the Montgomery bus boycott with Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat to a white man after she had worked all day. These types of things influenced and sparked our affection to move forward in the society here in America. Yes, we have the Martin Luther Jr. marches. Even when we marched on Washington, doing that great speech, the I Have a Dream speech, the one that he said he saw his 4 black children walking hand in hand with that old Negro spiritual song. Free at last, he said, thank God Almighty. He said he would be free at last. And so we have the Civil Rights Acts, Voting Rights Acts. And let's not forget the bombing that killed 4 black girls in Birmingham, Alabama. The Black Lives Movement, fast forwarding, with Trayvon Martin, with Michael Brown, and George Floyd, who would be murdered by the hands of a cop who kneeled on his neck for over 8 minutes. And we have Eric Garner, who was killed at a Wendy's restaurant just because he ran away from cops. According to the Library of Congress, current events, Rosales States, who was a deacon, he was stopped for a traffic violation, and he was tasered and killed for refusing to sign a traffic ticket. That law has now been passed that we no longer have to sign traffic tickets because of such violence that comes from hate. According to Montero, former President Donald Trump appears to instigate his message of racism and power from a president and lies. As discussed in previous statements, this is an ongoing struggle. And until freedom rings from every mountain, every molehill, and equal rights are upheld, this will continue we will continue to struggle for civil rights. Civil rights is a right for all humans. It was a time when it was said that we all, black men and white men, have rights according to the laws of the nation. Boopy doopy doopy doo boo.